Hello everybody, welcome back to Commonwealth Flipper. Welcome to the cabin. I'm excited about today's video. There's a couple things that make me sad though. It is a sad day. Sold something today that has been in that cabin since day one. I want to talk about that. Had some really good sales, and I want to talk about some of the steps I've been taking to really kind of ramp up this store, piggyback on a little bit of what I did last year that's helping me this year as I prepare for Q4, and the sales have started to flow. Let's go take a look. I think I'm going to start with something a little off topic, but this little thing right here sold. I don't know what the name of it is, to be honest. Hold on. Voce Viva Valentino. Tiny little thing. Sold for $11 plus shipping. So I've never talked about this much, and there's a reason why I haven't. The perfume part, you know, people are like, I'm not allowed to sell, it's got to be new and whatever. So for years, I sold perfume, even after they made the change where you got to sell it new, and I'd sell it new and put like 60% full. Never, ever had a problem, and tons of people weren't able to do that, and I don't know why, but they weren't. And so I was selling that stuff like crazy and making good money off of it, and all of a sudden, oh man, it's only been a few months now. They just, well, maybe 4 or 5 months. They just totally took all my perfume listings off like that. Boom, just all gone in a day. Like, man, well, I guess I can't do that anymore. But then I've still been looking for perfume because some of them are good money. That wasn't terrific. I only paid a couple bucks for it. But there was one particular one. Let me show it to you. This is called Atelier Cologne, made in France. And that was $5, and I'm like, holy moly, that thing sells for like 200 bucks, 150, 200 bucks, something like that. And I went to list all these perfumes because I'm not buying them unless they're full or new or in a box, right? And I was able to list them all except for that one. And it makes it be in a box for that particular kind. And it doesn't make any sense to me. Maybe somebody can explain it out there. But all the other ones I could list new, but didn't have to have a box. So I'm going to have to figure that one out and see what I can do with that one. That I just picked up the other ones without looking anything up because that one was so good and so cheap. I'll just pick it all up. And it paid off. But that one paid off. Paid a couple bucks and it sold for $11 plus shipping. Not something I'd normally do, but I'll take it. And a viewer bought it. So thank you. Absolutely thank you for you and your family's wholesome content and fur babies. Question, if I wanted to make an offer, how do I do that? God bless you. Luann Beasley. It's only your second purchase. Did you buy something else from me? Maybe not. Anyway, thank you. I don't have offers on most of my items. So if you just send me a message on the item, I usually can send you an offer unless I've already got offers out on that item. So that's typically what I do. Thank you again. Many of you may remember last September, we did a complete overhaul of the store. I was really happy with the results, and so this year I didn't want to do that. It took a lot of time, but it turns out you don't necessarily have to do the complete overhaul once a year. This is a TI-84. I talked about these the other day. What did they sell for? 30 bucks probably. $29.95 plus shipping, and I was having trouble selling these, and part of the process I'm going to talk about today is what we did with this one, and we got a sale. 30 bucks plus shipping. The dogs came in to join me. We were away for a couple of days, so they're happy to see us all. Let's do one more before we get into this topic. I used to complain today all the time on the Trash Cash podcast. I'm like, I never find good Build-A-Bear. I look, I never find them. And he was always finding them. I'm like, dang, I'm going to find one. That's a Hello Kitty gingerbread Build-A-Bear. And that was a good one. That one sold for $54.95 plus shipping. So again, if you watched this channel last year, you remember us going through that. And if you watch this channel, I don't normally give advice. This is an odd type of video for me, but I've got a lot of people asking me lately, you know, I just started a couple years ago and this month is slow and whatever. And let's be honest, you know, last month is a slow month. August is a slow month. September, you start to see things pick up. It's when I find myself at home the most and have the most time because picking is slowing down just a little bit for me. And it's still good picking time though. And so I want to get ready for Q4. So I just really thought about this and I'm like, you know, what would I say to this person who would send that? And this is not all encompassing and this is not all the stuff that you typically hear about, but this is some pretty basic stuff. But there's some things that I have done and I just put it into a little 5-step process because I've seen immediate results, like the same day sometimes, and I'm excited about that, and I'm excited about Q4. I guess I'll start with something that actually I haven't started doing till I started doing the other stuff first, but I think it's the most important, and that is get new listings up, and not just any new listings, good new listings. And it used to be for me, you know, just get listings up, and now I'm making really conscious decisions before, and we'll talk about those and the other things. Here's a little Dooney and Burke bag with this right here. These always sell for a good $10. If you find a Dooney and Burke bag, it's not in great shape and it's $1, and it's got this, just take it off. You can get 10, 12, 15 bucks, depending on which tag that is. This one sold for 30 bucks plus shipping. And all of us who've been doing eBay for a while, you know that new things sell at a faster rate because the things that didn't sell when they were new, there's not great demand for them, or there's a condition issue. There's all kinds of things. So getting new listings up is also obviously good for sales. But when you get those sales, it re-energizes you. It gets you excited. And I feel for folks out there who are putting tons and tons of listings up and aren't seeing the results. But I still believe that overall, it is one of the best strategies. I know it seems just stupid, but it's the truth. If you could choose to work with your oldest listings and try to make them sell, or put good new listings up, good new listings is going to get you much more excited and probably motivate you to deal with some of the old listings. So I think that has to go before I hit the rest of these things. So I've made better listing decisions this year than probably any other year, and it's going to make my September a lot easier this year than it was last year. And because of that, I've got more new listings up right before the fall season hits and Q4 and all that. This is something I decided to buy it, and I've had it for over a year at this point. So Wine Guard carry out little satellite dish for, you know, RVs or something, I don't know, portable. And I'm like, the comps are so good, I can't leave it behind for whatever I paid for it. I don't even know at this point, 10 bucks or something. But I knew it would take up space, and that was an issue too. I'm glad I did. It did sell. Sold for $139.95 plus shipping. So my first step in this process this year was to ramp up that 30% off sale and to do items around, I used to do 250 days and I bumped it to 200. I'm like, hey, I don't want stuff sitting in my store forever and then having to deal with it later. If I can avoid dealing with it, delisting, relisting, changing titles and all that, by doing a 30% off sale, I'm going to do it. And my 30% off sales have been working better than they ever have. We have a few items today, a few items that are going out tomorrow that sold on 30% off, which I'm excited about because space is an issue. I've talked about that, and that kind of leads to some of my other points here in a minute. But I think people should utilize the tools that eBay gives them. Make the choice if you want to do promoted listings or not. I don't. And I know there's people out there that say you got to do it or you're never going to sell anything. I just don't think that's true. I know it's not true. I've said this before. Uncle Steve Picker's over 40K 90-day total. He doesn't promote anything. And I know tons of people like that. However, I'm not saying it's not a right decision for you, but there's other tools. If you don't want to do that, there's other tools like the 30% off the coupon. If you have store followers and all that stuff, there's other things you can do. I think the most effective is that sale at a certain amount of time. And some people start to do that after 30 days. They want that sell-through rate to go really quickly. And I think that's just a decision based on what model you have that works best for you. Going back to that first point, making good decisions in the listing process to begin with, I am the when in doubt, part it out guy, right? And I still believe in that when you're talking about certain things that you wouldn't buy, but you buy because you know you can make more money parting them out. This is really not that type of thing, but these Louis L'Amour books, my dad picked them up at the sale when I was gone. These right here, you can sell them off independently, one by one, and probably make, oh man, at least 50% more money, maybe double your money. But I decided to lot them all up in one giant lot and take the sale much quicker and save the time to put up more better listings. And that's what we did on those. And these sold for 50 bucks plus shipping. So yeah, it's not exactly rocket science so far. I get that. You know, put up good solid listings, good sell-through rates. You know, if you do that and really focus on that, your ASP goes up. Mine sure did. And then, of course, the next one is pretty basic as well. Running a sale, you know, not that big of a deal, right? Well, I used to just run that sale, and then a few weeks later, I'd run it again. And the items that didn't sell in the first one were still in there, and most of them don't sell. And this time I decided, hey, I'm going to start looking at those things that have already hit 30% off and still didn't sell. And I'm going to start delisting and relisting. And that's the process I've really undertaken lately. And boy, I'm surprised, and I'm listing it under what 30% off would be, but not by much. And I'm surprised at how many sold because they were new listings. So, you know, I don't like that necessarily, but there are some items that just die out there and fail to get views anymore because the algorithm doesn't like them because they got views and didn't sell. And I'm delisting and selling similar. And we've got a few sales. You'll see those on the coming days because I've been doing that a lot lately. This one right here is one we did it on, this calculator. You remember me mentioning that the other day. And I only dropped the price like $2 and it sold. So I'm not one to say, hey, you need to delist and relist everything after some. Look, it's a pain in the butt to do all that all the time. I got to tell you. This is sad right here. It's really sad. If you've been watching this channel a long time, you've seen this guy in here for a long, long time. And it wasn't listed. That's why it was in here. I just decided one day, all right, we got so much stuff. I'm going to sell it as much as I like it. I picked this up at a sale forever ago, probably 3-4 years ago at this point. And people asked about it back then, and I didn't sell it. And people asked about it lately, and I'm like, all right, I'll put it out there, but I'm going to put it at my price, you know, kind of at the top of the comps. And that's what we did. And it sold $124.95 plus shipping. I was thinking maybe it would sell to a viewer, but it didn't, and it sold at full price. At least I don't think this is a viewer. There's nothing that tells me that they are. So, John, if you're listening, thank you for the purchase, but I don't think you're a viewer. So back to delist and relist. I've started kind of a new system. It was just so random, I didn't even really bother with it. I'm like, that item's been around for a while, and I saw it, and I'm like, delist, relist. I've started to use the space in here to determine what it is I'm delisting and relisting. And I started with these right here, these drawers, and we just completed this over here. And this kind of bleeds into my next 2 points, so I'm going to show you another sale and then get to it. So I've been showing you these overstuffed bins over here. So this was the first attack, and this actually the first thing we did was the shoes, if you remember. And we used Shop Commons to basically get rid of one bin full of shoes. And the shoes that I have in here now are appropriate for the season, and they're higher end. And I'm really happy with the system because we did get rid of one entire bin of shoes. But over here, this was just, I mean, I couldn't even get in here. And so we did a combination of things here. We cut bait with a few items, like 5, I think. Completely cut bait. And most items I list at some point, they're going to sell. But we cut bait with 5 of them. We took some of these and we put them in lots and put them over there on Shop Commons. And I pulled a few to sell live on Dibidit. Now, in addition to that, when I went through all those bins, we found those items that's like, huh, this should sell. There's margin in this thing. And we delisted and then sold similar on, I don't know, maybe a dozen items. And 4 of those sold. They've been sitting around for years. Well, maybe not years, but a long time. And they weren't selling. And the delist and then sell similar, and we got 4 of them to sell at a lower price for each one. One of them we only put the price down to $1, and it just, that new life got it sold. But more importantly to me, this makes me feel way better about this situation. I am motivated when I see those sales, when I see this space and the organization on that lower shelf. Now I'm motivated to tackle this one right here. And the same thing will happen here. We have more space for those new and better listings down here. So new, consistent, disciplined listings for sure. 30% off sale for me. You can pick what you want. For me, I picked that 30% off number because I don't want to have to deal with it again. There's more time invested if you have to deal with it again. That's why I don't do the 10, 20, 30, you know, I don't do that. But I can see other ways to do it, you know, do it how you want to do it. But that's me, because I don't want to have to get to the relisting portion of it, which, you know, it's going to happen. And so that's the next step here. Then delist, relist, maybe not everything, but certainly we have some kind of a system. And I like my sectioned off area where I can hit this today. Tomorrow I can hit that. The next day I can hit that. Then I can hit over here. I can hit the flush. I can hit books. I can hit whatever it is I need to hit. I'm doing one other tiny little thing. Oh, that reminds me. I need to announce something and do a giveaway. Let me do that real quick. I'm having a little fun with this process too because we have Dibidit.com, and it's an easy way to move some folks over to that site and have fun with us as we do live sales through Q4, is I'm finding old things that have not sold. And I'm just making them the deal of the day that fit the Dibidit marketplace kind of pop culture. And so that's what I'm going to do with this one. We're going to put this over on Dibidit deal of the day, and we're selling it way cheaper than over here on eBay because the fees are cheaper. And because I want you guys to get, whoever would want something like that, I love Darkwing Duck, get a deal on something. And we have put some pretty good deals over there. Matter of fact, we have 2 of those sales. One of the Ghostbusters guys that was right here. I already shipped it, so that was bought a couple days ago. And then that, what I thought was a Darkwing Duck character, I bought for $1 or so. We just put that over there right off the bat at a deal. So both of those sold on Dibidit.com. We did on Dibidit as well. We did one of these $1 offer giveaways. It's not really a giveaway, but it is. So we put one of these tumblers over there, and people could make an offer for $1, and I was going to accept one of the offers, and we did. That's why I say it's not really a giveaway, because they paid $1 for it, and it went to the Mint Mark. So congratulations on your $1 tumbler. We occasionally do that over there. Just put an item up over there for $1. Everybody, actually, I listed it for $1,000. So you could have bought it for $1,000. And then everybody puts $1 offer on it, and then I just pick one, and then they get it. So thank you very much for that. And well, congratulations, I should say. But speaking of the giveaway, this shirt right here, I love this shirt. This is the Flux Capacitor. This is Back to the Future shirt. It comes from ADTs.com. If you haven't heard me say this before, they send me shirts, and I wear them because I love this stuff. And then I give away the exact shirt. Well, not the exact shirt I'm wearing, but if you put, I don't know, Back to the Future, put Marty McFly. Put Marty McFly, if you can spell it right, put it down in the comments, and then you'll be entered in to win this shirt in your size. I'll send you the information, and then you contact them, and they'll ask you what size you want, and they'll ship it to you from ADTs.com. Code Commonwealth gets you 35% off over there. There's a link below. They have tons of shirts, not just from the 80s, but from all kinds of decades, and I love their shirts. I'm going to circle back to some of these in a second, but I want to make a bigger point, especially if you think like I think. And I think the mind is a powerful thing and can really detract us from, keep us off track sometimes, and I want to talk about that in just a second and what I did to kind of get myself in the right mindset. So an ET pin, this one went to a viewer. These ET pins are some of our best ET sellers. They go for $7.99 plus shipping. And this one did go to a viewer. It says, hi, Kevin, been following you for a couple of years now. My wife and I are more than... oh, this is the name. No, I don't know. Adjective, more than part-time resellers. Doughboy Treasures. That is the name of the store, Doughboy Treasures. And you've got 4,866 feedbacks. You've been doing it a while. Although selling on eBay since 1997, we've been doing this more seriously since 2022. It helps pay for vacations, car repairs, mission trips, etc. I would like to see it become 3/4 of our income someday. Right now, it's about 1/3 of our income. This year is tracking to be our biggest yet. I appreciate all the free training we get from you. Well, I appreciate that. And I appreciate you watching, because it is free for you, but I make some money when you watch. So it's very, very kind of you all to do that. That's why we do things like this, and some company asks, and yeah, you can have access to this audience. What are you going to do for them? And so I like it when we can give away some stuff. And we're going to be doing more of that here during Q4 as well. So thank you, Doughboys Treasures. So let's talk about this really quick. This project right here did not take but a couple of hours. And I got a few sales out of it. I got more space out of it. I'm going to get more sales out of it soon. I also pulled items that we're going to sell quickly on Dibidit as well. So this thing right here gets me so excited. Maybe I'm in the minority, but this right here got me so excited, and to see those sales pop through, and the fact that I can see everything now, I don't have to dig forever for it. There's more space for some of those new listings that need to come in. Now has me motivated to do the exact same thing here, do the exact same thing here. do the exact same thing. We've kind of done it over here already, but right here in the toy bin, and we're going to be pulling out lots and stuff to sell over on Dibidit. If it's been in the store, went through 30% off, I don't even care if it's, you know, a $50, $60 item at this point. I think because this matches our Dibidit live sales, we're going to pull a bunch of this and sell it over there and make room for new stuff. I've got to tackle this. There's some games that have been in here for a long time, and if you don't, you know, I don't know, weed out the underbrush, it can weigh you down, and that's the way I felt. And just doing a portion of it in a day has made me feel so much better about this process. And that now encourages me, because I've got that room to get that new stuff and to make sure those listings are done every morning, and sales automatically, just overnight, just started to pop up. All this talk makes me think about Kerry. Kerry's actually over on Dibidit.com right now. He's selling off all of his inventory because they're moving. And it makes you wonder, I mean, that's got to be exciting, but you got to take different ways to make sure you get everything sold. And a lot of people are in that situation where they need everything sold. Hey, by the way, Thursday night he's selling. I'm probably going to be selling as well. I might be co-hosting with him, but they're selling off everything they have. Strange feeling. Has anybody out there done that? Has anybody sold off everything that they had? I thought this was the right bag, but now that I'm looking at it, I don't think it's the right bag. So let me put this down and find you the right beer bag. All right, I found the right one. I actually went right past it. And I don't know, I thought they were sunflowers, but they're not. There's an owl on there. That's pretty cool. This one was a $1 buy at the $127, sold pretty quickly, $19.95 plus shipping. I can't be the only one out there that organization and getting rid of that underbrush, for lack of a better term, motivates me about as much as anything does, except for sales. But when you can go through that process and turn those older things into immediate sales, even if it's just 10, 20% of them, that motivates me to do it even more. So there's one last thing I want to add, is number 5 on here, and it's pretty basic, but extremely important. I want to reiterate it, but let me pull a couple more items. Haven't sold a Damn It doll in quite a while. These sold like hotcakes for us. I think people like them for stocking stuffers, and football season's coming back on. A lot of them like football colors and stuff like this. This is obviously, well, it's made to look like Colin Kaepernick, I believe. San Francisco 49ers. It's got his number on it. But, you know, obviously it's not licensed, so they don't put any of that stuff, and I don't put it in my title. This one went to a viewer. It sold for $12.95 plus shipping. And it went to Tracy, and she says, I think that's, yep, repeat. Oh, she used the 5%. That's another thing. We have a coupon. It's 5% off. Use code Commonwealth on any item in the store. It's one of those other tools I was talking about. Of course, you know, the more viewers you have, or the more people who follow your store, the more effective that can be. But most people, if you've been doing it a while, you have some folks who follow your store. So, hi, big fan of your channel and wanted to buy something to support. I'm a Packers fan, but so is my wife. But I'm buying this for a friend who's a Niners fan. They got to go to the Super Bowl, and he got to watch them lose, which made me happy, by the way, because I'm a Rams fan. Thought they could use it this season. Let's hope they use it. Thanks for all the great info. Take care, Tracy. Tracy, appreciate that, and I hope your friend enjoys it. So for me, the next step here in the process, there's a dog scratching. No, Mama must have went and picked up Reagan, and I got 2 strays. Huh. I better give him a treat, but let me finish this point first, and I got a bunch more to pick and steal some really good stuff, which I'm excited about. So going through this process, and it's tough for me to get rid of something that I paid, you know, whatever for, $1, $2, $3 for. But we have got rid of, I thought there was 5, but I was looking on the porch. There are 7 things that I just cut bait with entirely. It just wasn't worth it anymore. If it wasn't going to sell, and we've lowered the price, we've done all those things, and I just finally cut bait with them. And that doesn't have very much. Maybe 30, 40 items all year that don't get sold in some way, shape, or form. But for some people, that is a big hurdle. Getting rid of that stuff sometimes is going to make you more money in the end. And I think that's something that some people really, really struggle with. And I do to some degree, but not too bad. Hey, what are we doing? Hey, bad dogs. I left this bag out with hats. And if it's on the ground, they think it's fair game. Come on. Come on. We're not going to do that. You want a treat? I should give you no treats for doing that. But I'll give you a treat anyways. But the real benefit for me for doing that is looking at those things and kind of internalizing it and just saying, you know, maybe I should stop picking this stuff up, or don't take a chance on this type of stuff anymore. Just don't even do it to begin with if you have any doubts. So it's still picking season. So this is fresh on my mind of what I just got rid of. But I think that it really does inform you to be a better picker. And I've slowly done that over the years. And now that I have these other options, we're selling Giant, lots of stuff off on Shop Commons, and we do Dibidit. And I know when I'm buying something, hey, so I know when I'm buying, I'm like, okay, this is probably an eBay item. This is probably a Dibidit item. This is probably an item we can sell off in a big lot and don't have to piece out. Those kind of things are really, really changing the way I pick, and I'm really excited about it because I needed that. I did pick a lot of things that, and I still do. I pick a lot of things like, maybe I have one coming up. I do have one coming up. Let me show you this. See, this is a small dollar item, but this is not the kind of thing I'm thinking of. I'm thinking of something that might take me, you know, months to sell it, and might take me, you're going to have to go, pup. You can't whine. They don't like it when you whine. You want another treat. I'll give you the treat outside. Hold on, just a minute. Let me tell them about this ball. So I've been buying these Carolina League baseballs for years. This is signed by a bunch of people, but it's faded, and I can't figure out who it is. But I'm like, hey, these baseballs alone, because they're quality baseballs, the same kind they use in the major leagues, sell very quickly for me for $11 plus shipping. And they do it, and they're so simple that I don't stop buying them. It's the stuff that might take 5-10 minutes to ship and take a while to list and test that are only selling for $12-15. Those are the things I've been successful at avoiding. But I'll take, you know, I buy these for a quarter, 50 cents, or $1 all the time. And I sell them very quickly for right around $12 plus shipping. Speaking of being when in doubt, parted out guy here, we've got the Roomba. Didn't sell the entire thing, even when I bought it. It was in bad shape. It needed cleaning, all that, but I bought it just to sell this because they were giving it, well, they were giving it away $5, and I'm like, okay, because I knew I could sell this stuff right here. This stuff sold for 2 batteries in the pack, and then whatever these are, filters. For what did they go for? Sold pretty quick, $34.95 plus shipping. That train lot that we bought, well, it wasn't really a lot. We paid $1 a piece for a ton of them. Continues to pay dividends, and it's pretty cool because I haven't even got over, we've overflowed in plush, and they kind of came into the toy bin, one of the toy bins. So I'm hoping to get rid of all the toys out of here, put them up here, and we only have a couple of trains left from that buy, and it has been good. $1 a piece was a killer deal. This one sold for $45.95. If this is the right one, let me double check it here. Is this the Canadian one? Let's see here. What does it say? Canadian National Locomotive. It is the right one. 6511. So I'll take that sale. $1 into 46 plus shipping. Almost forgot, since we're out of space to hang stuff inside, we've been doing a lot more of the incoming on Commons before we even get it listed on here individually. We could make more money, but we're kind of full with clothes right now because we've been listing the heck out of fall stuff. So we put these 8 polos over there on Commons, and they sold quickly for $25 plus shipping. And I don't know if that was part of our, I think we probably have $8 into that. So it's not a huge profit, but it saved us time, and time is money. And we sold, I was at a yard sale. I'm going to get torn apart when this video airs on Picker. A lady was giving, she's like, you can take a pin, anybody can have a pin. And I'm like, oh, okay. They were nice pins. They were cool. There's like 50 of them. I don't even know how many there were. There was a bunch, and I took a bunch from my shed here because they were nice pins. I'm like, somebody might want these pins, and I just put them over on Commons for $8, and they sold. I don't know if a teacher bought them or what, but I like that sale. And she ended up, I'm like, I'd like them all, but I want to pay for them. She said, no, just take them all. I'm like, I feel bad. Actually, I didn't feel that bad. I just felt like not getting ripped apart in the comments, taking the free pins. So I gave her $1 for them. So I made a little bit of money, and I got some nice pins for free. I was at a sale the other day, and they had 2 board games, and they were priced at $30 a piece. I'm like, huh, these must be good board games or something. And I looked one of them up. This one, I think. Is that the right one? I can't remember. I think this one. Let me go look. All right, I looked it up. So this is not the one that sold. They had $30 a piece, and I looked this one up and saw it was going for anywhere between $100 and $200. I'm like, holy moly. Used. And so I just made a quick offer for $50 for 2 of them. hoping that this one was at least decent and not sitting there looking up stuff forever in front of them. So this one sold for 60 plus shipping. So that pays for everything. I mean, basically pretty darn close to getting all my money back, and that one will be pure profit. I don't know what I've got it listed at. I can't remember if I put it out there below the market or right at it or over it, but they were both in good shape. So I think these are those kind of games that are just like, they make them and sell limited editions of them. I don't know. Maybe you all know that one. I never heard of it before, but I was happy to get this one and that one. I should make around $200 for that $50 investment. Been getting some sales in here, so now there's more space. Hopefully this is going to continue and we'll get all this stuff up top. Sold this little Barbie case, and this one sold for 30 bucks plus shipping. And here's an example of lotting stuff up early as opposed to trying to sell them individually and then lotting them up later. I left the door slightly open and the dogs came in, and I think I saw a No Name kitty come in too. How you doing, No Name? You haven't been in here in a long time. You probably are not happy you're in here because these two are in here, huh? Giving you grief. So these are Wrangler jeans, all the same size. Vintage ones. And instead of selling them separately, I put them all together and they moved quickly for 50 bucks. That's not bad. $49 on those plus shipping. Not bad for a $4 purchase. So the next two are examples of two of the things I've been talking about. This jersey had been listed over 200 days and we just put on 30% off and it sold quickly. $31.49. It's a Dwayne Wade jersey plus shipping. And this next item I'm going to show you because it just dawned on me. These have been around so long that I don't even really sell license plates anymore, and I don't know where I might have put them. So I'm going to just tell you about them really quick. If you watch this show 2, 3, 4 years ago, these things have been around probably minimum 4 years, 3.5 years. And a delist and a relist at a different price, and they're sold. So those license plates, they're actually for a congressman from 1976, William Pat Jennings. And that's the initials on there. And whenever you find something unique like that, you put the price up there. Oh, look. Hey, check it out. This one was bought by a viewer. $20.97 plus shipping. I will add these license plates to my collection, and the keychain, well, I couldn't pass it up either. Oh, you got a keychain too. That wasn't even on my list for today. I'll go grab that. I love watching your videos and enjoy the great information that you give. Thank you again, Shane Moss, M-A-A-S. eBay store, the Pickled Picker. Well, very cool. Thank you, Shane. I appreciate that. Let me grab this keychain real quick. And he did use that 5% off code Commonwealth. This one right here is, I think, the one you bought, this Firebird keychain. These are cool little stocking stuffers this time of year. The sales pick up on these. And this one went for $10.46. Shane, thank you for both of those purchases. Now I just got to find your license plates. All right, Turner's got some Commonwealth comedy. What do you got for us, bud?
What state should the Tampa Bay Buccaneers move to?
What state should the Tampa Bay Buccaneers move to? I don't know.
Arkansas.
That's really corny. Thank you, buddy.
Bye.
All right, there's a lot for Reagan to remember today. What do you got?
We got 17 blacklight.
Yeah, so look at that bag. There was 50 in there, and that's all that's left.
There's only 50?
There's 50 in there, and then there's 50 in the other bag. So we've almost sold half of them on Dibidit alone. I think we have some now over on CommonwealthPicker.com though. So, but if you want, come on over today. I'll be selling them today. They're blacklight keychains. Reagan put them all together. It's been cool. We're doing a fundraiser for Reagan and for one of the 4 charities with it. So, and you got what else?
And Maria got a We Get Things Moving sticker and t-shirt, a number 2 and 3 Animal Man, and a trash cash bag.
All right. Well, that's a lot. Oh, hey, I wrote the name down. What is it? Unique what?
Finds?
Unique Finds? Is that the...
Yeah, I don't know what
you can't read it. Unique Finds and Collectibles.
It looks like
and she left you a really nice...
Unique Foods.
And she left a really sweet message, and she bought a lot of stuff from us. Yes, so thank you very, very much.
Bye, and don't forget your stickers at CommonwealthPicker.com.
All right, y'all. I have not filmed in here in a while, but I wanted to show you this too. Look at all these empty bins here. The bottoms of stuff we're going to be listed on Commons, and this is eBay stuff here. We still have some clothes to get through. We've got a ton of vintage G.I. Joe, by the way. And I'm trying to figure out if I just want to sell it off in lots on Commons, sell it piece by piece on Dibidit, or or sell it on eBay. I can tell you one thing for sure, we're going to get through it pretty quick because I love the fast pace of these sales lately. I just recognize this ball right here too. Look, see, we got another one of those Carolina League baseballs. That one's brand new. That one will go quick too. Anyway, when you need sales out there, what is it that you're doing? Are you starting to see that uptick already, or is it dead for you still? So let me know in the comments below. I appreciate you stopping by, and I can't wait to see you next time.